I just wanted to make a video talking about how proud I am of you because you're slay. So let's get started. Hi Peyton. So listen, I know you're not the most sentimental type of person, and I'm gonna try not to be all cryy and sappy. I'm gonna try and make it fun. But I wanted to make a video about your growth. From the annoying little sister who copied everything that I did to the amazingly talented, gorgeous woman that you are now, I'm so glad I've been able to witness your evolution. I'll start in 2019. As you were figuring out what you were going to do in high school, I was a junior, competing in states for the Pennsylvania SkillsUSA plumbing competition. I placed second. Then, your freshman year, my senior year, you decide to also go to tech school for plumbing. We didn't get to be in class together because I was off doing co-op while you were learning some basics. I won first place in skills districts again, but then COVID happened and I couldn't continue to states. Everyone says I would have gone to nationals, but we never got to see that play out. Then you had to learn plumbing from home. How is a student supposed to learn such hands-on skills from a computer? Well, you made it work, with help from your big sister, of course. Doing hands-on stuff at home, on jobs, and in the investments. Plus, you got a new teacher, which I'm sure was pretty difficult to transition to at first. Once you could get back into school, you got straight to work. You were selected out of your class to represent LCTI for the district SkillsUSA plumbing competition. This was the first time districts were back happening since last time when I competed. Thankfully, I was welcomed back into school as a visitor to help you prepare. Time really flies, because by this time you were a junior already, doing something that I felt like I had just done, and once again, copying me. I tried my best to remember what the pipe layout was, and with the help of your teacher, Mr. Worth, we tested you the best that we could. It was quite fun being in lab with you, seeing you in your element, and trying to keep the goofing around to a minimum. You stayed focused, and when we sent you off to districts, you really impressed everyone. The judges, the other competitors, and all of your supporters. You ended up placing second this year. That's when the flame inside of you really lit up. Your senior year began, and I asked if you wanted me to come in to help you again to practice. You said no. You proved how motivated you were to avenge me by going in every possible day you could, even on the days you didn't have to. You stayed very quiet about your progress and never asked me for help. Plus, you balanced a busy schedule with cyber school, working your co-op job, and Moxie's demanding practice calendar. You kept it together though, went to districts, and smashed it. I knew you were good because you were junior year, but this time it was different. Nobody held a candle to you. Obviously, you won gold and moved on to states. That's when I thought you would want my help again. But nope. Still, with a super busy schedule, you managed to mimic a state-level competition wall in lab and practiced as much as you could. The way you would talk about what you were doing, you didn't sound too confident. I think this was all part of the act, though, because when I went into lab for a visit the day before your state competition, while you were already in Hershey, the wall was perfect. I couldn't believe that it was you that did it, but Mr. Worth confirmed that it was. That made me even more excited to see what you had in store for states. When we got to Hershey, you seemed to be making good progress, but so did all of your competitors. We were a little scared. We didn't know what it was supposed to look like, but we definitely saw differences. We just hoped that yours were the right ones. You asked the judges questions, kept a very clean workspace, and stayed laser focused. Since Mom and Dad and I stood there watching you basically the whole time, the judges came over and chatted with us. Once the competition was over, the one judge walked up to us and said he was very impressed by your work. And I quote, "I've never seen anyone her age with work as neat as hers, and spot-on measurements," end quote. There were even photographs taken by a judge of your wall specifically. The next day was awards.
Winning the bronze medal from the Greater Johnstown Area Technology Center, Jacob Rhodes. Winning the silver medal from Schoolfield Technology Center, South Campus, Afton Gautam. And your gold medal winner is from the Lehigh Career Technology.
I tried to hold back my tears. I'm so freaking proud of you, Peyton. Once again, knowing that you will be going to nationals, you prepared in silence. On top of practicing, you won Atlantic Coast Championships in Moxie, won numerous awards, recognitions, and scholarships, met some important people along the way, and graduated. Senior recognition night was definitely more of a heartstring puller than graduation, though, in my opinion. You got to speak in front of everyone. Once again, all I can say is how proud I am of you. You did an amazing job and you were very well spoken. Now you get to enjoy a week of summer vacation on your senior trip before we go to Atlanta, Georgia for SkillsUSA Nationals. I can't wait to see how you do. It's a huge accomplishment to have gotten this far, and your life has only just begun. I know you will do great things and leave a huge impact on this world. Stay tuned for an update on Nationals. Peyton, I'm super, super proud of you, and I love you, girl. So, smash it at Nationals. Super proud of you. That's it for this video. Goodbye.